Guys, welcome to another daily tarot card. These are your cards for Friday, March 5th, 2020. Sorry, I got my dates mixed up there. Kids have been on March break, and I've been working on project, and it's just doing readings. Everything's been everywhere. So I'm actually going to be pulling from the Enchanted Forest deck to round out this week. So we got the 8 of Challenges. So she doesn't know which way to turn. It feels like, she's got the rope around her waist. So she turns to the left or the right, like her scarf is tangled in the vines. So it's choking her. So it's like she's not sure where to turn. It's kind of like how we were feeling with the water in the sky the past couple of days. How we were feeling with the weekend where we had earth and water in the sky, so it makes mud. So our thoughts were very heavy and murky. And just think, when you think about your thoughts, when you think about mud, how do you feel in the mud? It's like sticky, it's dirty, it's, sometimes it's smelly. So it's like that's kind of where our mindset was. It was just, things were just going a certain way. So we have Keeper of Vision. Kind of like the yin and yang, or the coral fish here. What's in the background there? Got some little, I thought they may be like little, like kind of fairy kind of dust, but Keeper of Vision. Funny enough, the fish is in water too, with Pisces in the sky. Just gonna move this over a little bit here. I kind of got mixed up, I think, because of astrology answers. They were saying the 4th and the 5th, and I assumed yesterday was the 5th, and I apologize for that. I'll have to go on my YouTube video and fix the date on there. I apologize. Like I said, just, with March break, it's just, the week is just, I lost the days, I'll be honest. It's just, recuperating still from being sick and medications. Oh, Strength. I love this. Oh, this is so like the Little Red Riding Hood, and she's now older, and she's friends with the wolf. She's got her cape there. They're finally become friends. I love that. They've grown old together. They made peace. Calling on our inner strength. Some of us are going through a time, and that's why I always talk to everyone. Some people get upset. They're like, why do you talk about what you're dealing with? Why do you talk about your emotions? I'm like, because if I don't talk about them, how is anyone else going to be validated what they're feeling? I thank Deborah Silverman for her video for talking about how the water is in the sky and water is emotions. And I said, thank you for validating how I'm feeling, because, it's nice to have someone to sit there and say, you know what, it's okay what you're going through. It's only going to be for a time. So the 4th and the 5th with our heavy emotion and with the anxiety and the depression, and they're like, you know what, and then it'll go away because the signs will change. And that's one thing we got to tell ourselves. This won't last forever. And if it's lasting longer than you'd like, then maybe it's time to actually seek professional help. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. And our last card is the 7 of Boons. So door of possibilities, I feel here. Many doors of possibilities. You just got to take the chance. Take the chance to open one door, and then other doors will open for you. So we're sitting there talking about the 8 of Challenges as our first card. So we see her. She got lost in the bushes, kind of like when we get lost in our emotions, and now it's like she's so deep in them she doesn't know how to come out of them. So she's getting scratched. Her clothes are bloody. We see her scarf tangled there. So you feel that tight feeling in your throat when you have anxiety. You feel it in your chest, around her waist. So your stomach is not feeling well. Because of our anxiety affects our inner our organs. It affects our stomach. It affects our heart. It affects our lungs. It affects our brain. So it's like, not only are you hurting your brain, your mind, your emotions, your heart, your soul, you're actually taking a physical toll on yourself here. She doesn't know which way to turn. Even obvious direction is dangerous. She knows she can't stay there and be destroyed by the magical thorns. With no ability to think things through, she fails into denial, refusing to look at the situation or find a solution to her entrapment. So it feels like, excuse me, when we sit there and we get on that, we go down the rabbit hole and we get on that negative wheel of emotions, and it's like now she has nowhere. It's instead of sitting there calming ourselves down. I always tell my kids, when something happens, don't panic. That way we can sit there and get all the facts together and we'll come up with a plan. So that's what sometimes we do when we get into those negative thoughts. We have to sit there and calm ourselves down again and say, you know what? That's the first thing I said to myself when my thoughts were going crazy. Let's see what the star says. Let's see what the astrology answers has to say. And sure enough, that was the answer. There was water in the sky giving me a lot of anxiety. So this is what I'm talking about, this entrapment. Getting into the negative. This is why with Mercury retrograde, Mercury is the planet of communication. It's also the planet of our negative voice, unfortunately. So that's why we have to learn when we get into that space, to find our way back out to the light, know that this situation is temporary, and find those people that we love and trust. If we get so deep that we need to talk it out, and you're able to purge and release what's going on. So panicking and philandering around will only do more damage. So sitting there and thinking deeper and deeper into what's going on. So sit there and, like I said, doing it on your own, getting deeper and deeper into your thoughts here. There is a way out. It is time to open your eyes, let go of denial, and banish the idea that you are a helpless victim. Feeling trapped, denial, passivity, victimization, lack of direction. So closer look, the magical thorns appear in several other challenging cards, some in unexpected places. See how many you can find. Our next card we have is the Keeper of Vision. Like I said, the 4th and the 5th. There's double water in the sky, so our emotion. If you're dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with depression, you will feel it in your chest a lot. The Keeper of Vision is of the shape-shifting wizard whose embodies ancient salmon wisdom. Legend has it that the salmon is the oldest of all creations, and memories reach back to the beginning of the world. Emotions allow for compassionate detachment. His kind heart overflows into grief at the world's cruelty. He prefers to observe events from a distance rather than getting directly involved. It sounds like Scorpio. My husband was very much like that. He would observe things from a distance. He would also not actually get involved. If it had, he would sit there and see what's going on and make a decision from there. I'm the same way. I like to observe what's going on. And some people kind of say that, I'm quiet or I'm kind of not smart, but it's like I'm very much observing what's going on, and I keep, sometimes I will act, or I will just make little check marks, make little mental notes of what's going on, and make a decision from the information I gather. They're saying look below the surface, seek him out when you need counsel on mystical matters. So they're saying if this doesn't represent anyone particular in your life, withdraw from emotional turmoil and seeking peace. So again, like Astrology Answers was saying with the 4th and the 5th, withdrawal and concentrate on yourself and concentrate on your emotions. Be kind with yourself. They're saying make yourself something delicious to eat. I saw like the macaroni and cheese, like comfort food, and just be kind to yourself. And like I said, find that person that you can talk to and you're able to purge what's going on. This situation may benefit from meditation. And I was saying that yesterday, that meditation would really come in handy here to just calm down your breathing. Even box breathing. Breathe in for 2, hold for 2, breathe out for 2, hold for 2. Breathe in for 2, hold for 2, breathe out for 2, hold for 2. And it gives you that control that your body needs. So you're going to be calm instead of active, wise, compassionate, not easily flustered, charitable, emotional, stable, faith, and love. I love these cards with the stories. I swear, it's like once upon a time, a young girl walked into the fearsome forest. She wore a magical cloak that was visible to any creature that may perceive through the dark woods. And indeed, once upon a time, a great wolf was watching her. You may think you know the rest of the story. Depiction, the violence. The tale is mean to warn children not to go into the woods, or seek adventure, or trust a wolf. Once upon a time, two mighty hearts found the strength to change the story. The wolf refuses to harm or betray the maiden. She refuses to hate or fear the wolf. Nor did she tame him. She loved him for his wild side. She found a home in the forest and grew old there. The magical wolf always at her side. Very beautiful. I love this. That's why I love this deck. Strength is being familiar, grounded in who you are, having courage for the tasks given you, and knowing the source of that courage. Rather than letting circumstances defeat you, reach within and draw forth the strength that makes changes, face challenges, move forward courageously. You don't do this by brute force, but through love. Strength comes from trusting your heart. And very much so, I tell this story so much that I sat there and I didn't like a situation, and I said, if I don't like a situation, change, move. I didn't like the situation. I didn't listen, and I should have just, endured for a little bit longer, but I forced something to happen and I regretted it. So that's why I sit there and I say, you know what? Now I'm just going to have a seat and let things, having the courage to just have the faith and with me spiritually is God, and knowing that He has my back, and we will endure, we will get to where we need to be. And in that time that we're waiting for things to happen, bettering on myself, working on, learning more with astrology classes, healing, and, bettering myself for others. I love this card. It's very much, don't let fear stand in your way. Everyone thinks they know the story where, the wolf betrays her and he eats up her grandmother, and the huntsman, cuts them open and sets them free, where they very much are together. She took the courage to understand who he was and didn't judge him. Don't judge a book by its cover. Self-knowledge, courage, and frugality, reverse of inner strength, bonds of loyalty and love. I love that. Love that. I love these cards because it's of the stories. I know a lot of you don't like the stories, but they're just gorgeous. I love how this is all playing out. We're kind of trapped in our head, and it's like, we're making our situation worse, where they're telling us to meditate and have a seat. We're very much learn from that child that gets lost in the forest. Instead of running around and getting hurt, sit down and figure out how we can fix this situation. Keeper of Visions is very much telling us the same thing. Seek that inner wisdom. If this doesn't represent yourself, kind of sit there and step back and observe the situation before reacting. Same with the Strength card, to very much stand up and have the courage. Very much like we were learning earlier in the week, where it was like, just because some people don't like a particular person, have the strength to say, you know what, I pride myself on is, I'm friends with everybody until you give me a reason not to be. Very much like the Red Riding Hood was here, and she made the best of friend. He wasn't hurt. Seven of Boons is very much this, that you're searching for a door, and the door eventually show up. Keep seeking your door. Keep knocking on that door. They keep telling you, keep asking, and it will be. You don't ask, you shall not receive. Kind of thing. There's always a door when you need one eventually. The force decides when your need is great enough to warrant a portal. That sometimes is giving you more than one portal, so taking advantage of opportunities. The next stage of your journey is determined by the door you choose, so take your time. And instead of rushing like I did, I rushed and I rushed to a door that I shouldn't have taken, and very much so, it's like they said, it depends what door you choose. What will happen. Don't rush through the first door that appears before you. Remember, this is a magical place, and things are not always as they seem. Oh my gosh, this so reminds me of the situation I was in. Sit down and observe the sense of the whole, the sense of the whole. Just like we're talking about the keeper of visions. Stand back and observe what's going on before you choose what's going to happen. And that will determine where you go from there. You don't want to step through a door into nothingness. This card is about the patience as much as it is about the choice. As you may have noticed, the suit of boons doesn't go in for much speed, or it goes in for much speed. It's about practicality response or practical problems, even in the realms of enchantment. If you don't know what to do yet, don't do anything. Simply as that is. That's so brilliant. If you don't know what to do, then don't do anything. Remember, once you choose a door, all other doors disappear. So they're telling you patience, timelessness, waiting for obvious direction, recognizing the best option, and listen for signs from spirit. I feel like I was so lucky and blessed to get channeled messages for specifically myself. I didn't even ask for them. I was just like asking God for some help, and I got specifically channeled messages, and it was just like, it's not what you were asking for, but I'm going to give you some reassurance here. And I actually found a reading that I got from someone last summer, and it's exactly what they were saying. The channel messages actually, and I had a feeling about a certain date, and that date also showed up on the other two. So I was just like, you know what, awesome. Workaholic. I feel like a lot of us are in this state of workaholic. The harder we work, the better things will be. But just like find your passion. Workaholic with the things that you love. Very much with the artwork here. Kind of like a teacher and a mentor, because you see the one with the glasses on, and it's like they're observing in the background, watching what they're doing. Nothing wrong with being a workaholic as long as you love what you're doing and you're not harming yourself or harming taking time away from the family. At the end of the day, families is what's going to love you. You don't want to sit back and look at your life and you worked your whole life and it's like, where are the memories, and all they remember is you working, instead of taking that time to be with family. Mysticism. Kind of feel like, someone's kind of keeping things from you. Like someone knows something and they're keeping it from you. Passion. We were just talking about this. Doing the things that you love, that warms your heart, that makes you fills you with joy. Finding that passion. I find, honestly, when I do the lives on Saturdays, that's my passion. I love this union. Someone's getting engaged or married. To me, this is marriage because of the ribbons that bind. A lot of a big celebration. I love that. Absolutely love that. Looks like kind of fall weather in the background, but that's gorgeous. It's like they're going to lead you to it. It's like, instead of the bushes, it kind of reminds me of the Ace of, oh my gosh. But it has the bushes going across, but they make you this archway. Because it's like, instead of for you having to fight for it, now it's just going to be shown to you. This is like a gift from God kind of thing. This is the feel I get from it. I keep hearing someone from the past so it's going to come back around. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But you know what I mean? Just like the Keeper of Visions, observe everything that's going on. And like the Seven of Boons, they're telling you, this door will present itself to make sure that, you're going to have many options, but once you make it an option, good or bad, it's like, other doors will close, and then it's like you got to just ride this out, this journey out, this next step out. Responsibility. High priest, a responsibility, yes, and they're showing your chakra, your crown chakra lit up there, and it is very much a responsibility. I don't take this lightly at all. This is a huge responsibility because people come to you for guidance. And it's like, you got to be truthful because there's no messing around with this. Like, honestly. You got to be very truthful when it comes to this. If you're not, it's going to bite you in the bum. So I hope you enjoyed these tarot cards, guys. This is the last one for Friday. These are cards for Friday, March 5th. I hope I have that date right. 2020. And remember, with double water in the sky, we're going to feel that anxiety. Things are going to start getting better. I feel like March is going to be a huge month for a lot of people. I will be working tomorrow in the morning. So I'm booked in the morning. I may have some openings until just before Shabbat. I'm not sure, but it just depends how the work goes in the morning. And we are celebrating Purim, so it starts Monday at sunset and lasts until Tuesday sunset. So I will not be doing any readings at that time to honor Purim. But I will be back for the rest of the week if you feel like booking a reading. So have a blessed weekend, guys. I will talk to you soon, and I hope I will be on for a live reading on Saturday. So have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.